Did you hear about what happened to Stoopzz? What happened? What happened to Stoopzz? Stoopzz recently fractured his hip in 3 places. Has to get surgery in Mexico. Wait, what the fuck?
Alright guys, I'm just documenting this.
Holy fuck. I'll watch it maybe off stream or something, but like, that sucks, dude. I hope he gets better. Yeah, I hope at least he's able to get on and play Black Desert, you know? My honest review on Black Desert.
Alright you guys, this is my 2023 Black Desert Online review. To be honest with you guys, I thought I'd never be making a video like this, but here I am, and I've been playing—
I feel like every time that a YouTuber begins, I never thought I'd be making a video like this. Usually they're sitting in front of their bed crying, not reviewing a new video game.
This game a ton. Probably more than I should, but there's a few reasons for that. So in this video, I'm going to be explaining why Black Desert Online has been gaining so much popularity over the past couple of weeks, but more importantly, my experience playing the game. Now, we do have a sponsor for this video, so we're going to hop into that, and then I'll see you guys back here at the review. What's going on, you guys? A lot of you know that I've recently been sponsored by Starforge PCs, which is pretty exciting for me.
Look at that.
I've always really been into tech
Hey!
and building PCs. I think I built my first PC when I was like 11 years old.
How about that, boys?
And then from there, I went on to build all
What a
my
great
friends'
ad. Let's
PCs.
watch
It was just
this.
something that a hobby that I had.
He might be onto something
and
here.
traditionally, I actually wasn't the biggest fan of pre-built PCs because a lot of the parts that they use, at least used in the past, were like off-brand parts, whether it be like the motherboard, the RAM, the power supply, and typically—
Yeah, it's like there's a power supply, it's $15, and the manufacturer doesn't even have an American name.
the build quality isn't the greatest.
It's from
But
place from
in regards to
Malaysia.
Starforge, all
Yep.
of the parts are listed on their website from notable companies, and you can just kind of add it up to see how
That's
much
true.
everything actually costs. Additionally, the build quality in my PC is honestly better than I could do in terms of the cable management.
My
right?
PC
It's done
also has
so
not caught
well.
on
It
fire.
feels as if like one of my friends built it or I built it myself. I also
Yeah.
went through their customer service portal just as like a regular person to see what it was like. And they got back to me right away, and then were in constant communication with me throughout the day via email to make sure everything was running smoothly. So if you are someone that is looking for a new PC, but you don't want to go through picking out all
Yep.
the parts yourself or putting it together because that's overwhelming for you, I honestly can't really recommend Starforge enough. From my experience
What a
working
great-
with them,
what
they
a
just
great
seem like
ad.
a bunch of guys and girls that are
Incredible
really passionate
ad.
about what they do. So link down there
Tremendous.
if you're interested, and I
The
will see you
best.
guys back in the video. Okay, so what's going on with Black Desert Online? Well, the game has been—
By the way, tomorrow, Starforge ships to EU.
seeing a lot of players returning to the game due to several
24th.
reasons. Here you can see the Steam charts, and this isn't the best representation for how many people are actively playing the game because a lot of people use the actual Black Desert client, but we can use this
Oh,
to
really?
gauge
Yes, really.
interest. And you can see a lot of players have been checking out the game over the past 30 days. And there's a few reasons for that. The first reason is the Land of the Morning Light expansion, which features long-awaited PvE content through the Boss Blitz. Additionally, though, and more importantly, they recently had their Festa event, or their Heido Ball, which they gave out a ton of rewards, one of them being a T9 Dream Mount, which is a pretty
That's the Pegasus thing that flies around.
rare mount in the game. A bunch of other shit, but more importantly, I would say, is they had a great showing at the Heido Ball. A lot of people were very happy with the direction of the game, what was shared, specifically in Korea, as the game isn't normally very popular in Korea, despite being developed in Korea. But since the Lost Ark debacle happened, a lot of people liked what was shared.
I wonder, I should ask that, let me see, should I ask her and see if she played, that one Korean girl, see if she played this game too? Because she fucking hated Lost Ark. That's the one, by the way.
And then Jay followed up. This is Jay, the lead guy for the game. He followed up with a nice little letter, and then more free shit. And everybody likes free shit. Okay, so let's start with my experience playing the game. Black Desert Online is a different type of MMO. In fact, it's more of an old school traditional type of MMORPG. The world is absolutely huge, and there's a lot to do within the world in terms of like you going around and collecting things, gathering items, and going from area to area. Even if you started off in an area, you will return to that place multiple times throughout the game, and you're actively just traveling across the world, which is why the mount is so nice. Now, a lot of you guys have probably heard of this game, and what you've heard about this game are a few things, one of them being the combat. The combat in Black Desert Online is a lot different than what you would find in a traditional MMORPG. The inputs are a lot different than just simply key binding a skill. The keys you'll be using are like forward, right mouse button.
I have to say that she messaged me. She said, "What is it?" No, she never played it. Probably a good thing. Play with her. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know if that would work. I don't know if that would work. Anyway, so let's do it. I think it'd be a bit of a situation. Give me 1 second. Okay. Tell you show the ropes. Yeah, because I'm an expert in this game. Totally. Here's the thing. The combos in Black Desert. I'm just gonna have the unpopular opinion that a lot of people that play Black Desert don't like. I don't like the combos. I think they're fucking stupid. I wish I could just keybind the abilities. I would prefer it more that way. I understand that you can keybind a lot of the abilities, but you are not allowed to queue actions if you keybind them. I don't care that it's harder. That doesn't make it more fun. I think Elden Ring is pretty hard. I just click and he does the attack. I think that's a pretty hard game too sometimes. So Sekiro, just right click, dodge, deflect, deflect, deflect. So I don't want to hear about like, oh, it's harder. I don't care if it's harder or not. It's just fucking annoying. I don't have to learn a bunch of keybinds. Combos are fun though? Great, then keep doing the combos. Let me keybind. Great. I'm so happy. I'm so happy for you. Yes.
Left click, right click, back mouse button. And when I got into the game, I actually wasn't that fond of the combat because it was very confusing for me. And then after I gave it some time, I really ended up enjoying it. And there's a lot of depth to be offered within your class. Although it takes some getting used to, once you discover the things like, mechanics like iframes, blocking, frontal guard, stiffen, those mechanics that you see in like fighting games, or even in Lost Ark has something similar to that. Yeah. Super armor. The combat becomes very enjoyable, but it is a bit of a learning curve. Now, if you do pick the wrong class in this game or you're unhappy with your class pick, one of the systems that I'm a big fan of at least is the tagging system. I wanted to shout this out.
What the fuck
is this? Basically, what this
allows
allows you to do is it allows you to copy over your main character's gear onto another class of your...
Why would anybody want to play something that's not a warrior, though? I don't understand. Because I picked warrior at the beginning. Like, I don't really see, like, what would the... How could this happen?
Choice, and then those characters' progression are linked. So if you pick one class and you decide you want to try something else, you can simply link your character to that class, and all of your progression is copied over to that character. Additionally, as far as like endgame activities go, PvP is a big part of Black Desert Online. I used to be a big PvPer back in the day, and in this game, I've done fucking none of it. I've had more fun exploring other aspects of the game, but the community does seem to really enjoy PvP as it is kind of baked into the game in regards of like node wars. They also have arena.
I'm going to have another unpopular take to maybe people that like MMO PvP. PvP MMOs are always a meme. They will always be a meme. They will never be balanced. They will never be fair. They will never be taken seriously by anybody except for the people that play them. Nobody outside of that tiny little fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a player base cares. And I think it's a complete waste of time to develop content for it. Get mad. Get mad. Get mad. Now, I think PvP is fine. It's cool. Just don't expect it to be serious. Don't care about it, right? You want to have like 100v100 siege and there's like stupid shit happening and it's like really cool. But like in terms of arena and it's like getting into the minutia. Which class has got a better combo? Who gives a fuck? Nobody's ever gonna care.
Solaire, which is like their ranked 3v3 arena mode,
world
where your
PvP,
gear is kind of equalized.
That kind of stuff is fine.
And oftentimes you will be battling other players in the world to fight over farming spots if someone's trying to take your spot from you. The main reason why I did get into this game, though, is the PvE content, the addition of PvE content. A lot of people know Black Desert Online to be this farming game where you run circles for hours and hours and hours, which can definitely be true. Level. But recently, they've added in multiple dungeons.
See you tomorrow.
There's 3 dungeons currently available in the game, with the option of a 4th one coming soon. And I went through all...
I think the dungeons are pretty badass. I'm really excited for being able to do them myself.
All these dungeons with my friends blind.
Yeah, I mean, like, I can see, like, I'm going to obviously do the dungeons and everything and try the game out and see what it's like.
And the first time you go through them, there's a lot of puzzles that you'll end up solving and like things that you have to do in order to progress through the dungeon for your first time for the main story quest. Following that, you can then refarm those dungeons at chances of different...
So is this like a fucking CSGO skins where you spin the wheel and like there's a chance that you get a really good one, but like usually you get the ones that suck dick? Okay.
crates that open up with like loot and resources.
I'm just looking to see
and
like
materials that you can sell for
we
silver.
got a 2 there.
Boss
That's
fights
good.
Were a lot better than I thought they were going to be. Action combat games traditionally don't have the best group PvE content because it can feel very spammy. If you look at New World or you look at Blue Protocol, for example, in my experience, the dungeon experience isn't the greatest. However, in this game, they do it very well. Some of the bosses weren't my favorite, but at least the capstone bosses of the dungeon were very fun. And it took us a couple of hours to solve some of the mechanics in those dungeons because they weren't that intuitive. But it wasn't something that like your average player couldn't complete if you were going into it blind. But let's be real, most of you guys are going to be using guides anyway.
Yeah.
However, one of the main things that I got into the game for was the boss shrine or the boss blitz system, which is the new addition with the Land of the Morning Light. As you can see, this island is the whole expansion area, and this whole island is dedicated.
That's one of the things that like I really liked about Lost Ark whenever it came out is that I was able to do the Guardians. Each new Guardian, it was like a new fight that I would be able to overcome and like see if I had the gear for it. I thought that was so cool.
To all of the bosses that they recently have added. But the cool thing about this system is that there is a weekly ranking system. So you can go through any of the difficulties that you want on your class, and you can try to improve upon your time if you want. And then there's a ranking system based by class and difficulty. So you can choose your class that you're on, see who's cleared it on which difficulty, and try to improve your time to rank higher. And the higher you rank, the better chance you have at getting better loot. The boss fights themselves feel like Dark Soul encounters. It's a 1v1 encounter.
Dark Souls 1 or 2? Because that's what I'm concerned about.
I really enjoyed them. Some of them feel a little jank, but some of them are very enjoyable. And overall, I hope Black Desert or Pearl Abyss continue with this approach because I think it suits the game very well. Now, when you're getting into the game, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. The new player experience, although there is a season system that kind of gives you a ton of free gear and allows you to hop right into the mid game and start doing those bosses, the intro experience and trying to figure out how the game works kind of sucks, okay? And I mean that in the nicest way possible. What I mean by that is...
what the fuck is this?
There is so many systems and so much depth to the game, which is a great strength of the game. I mean, there's fishing, whale hunting, farming. I mean, you can even sit there in the towns and play music. There's a whole music album within the game, and there's a ranking system for that. There's top composers. There's a bunch of different instruments that you can choose from. There's like bands that can perform.
What the fuck?
There's a lot of depth to the game. Things that you would expect Final Fantasy to have, this game also has it. And so I was really surprised by that.
I think that they need to upgrade the character models in this game. I must say it, I think the character models look dated. I think the world and the environment looks phenomenal, but the character models are not super good.
But with all of that comes just a lot of bloat, and item bloat is no exception to that.
It's an 8-year-old game.
You will be very overwhelmed when getting into the game. So much so that I almost put down the game because I didn't know what all of these items were. Now, they said they're going to be working on reducing the amount of items at the Heidel Ball to make the new player experience better.
Apparently, they already did that. I heard that they added this patch like one day after I played it the last time.
And they're going to be categorizing your inventory and giving you additional storage. But this is a game that has a bit of a learning curve. It's not going to be a game you can hop into right away. It's going to be a game that will take you a couple of days to get in the swing of things. Now, with that being said, I want to talk about the end game progression in Black Desert Online. This game has a very steep end game progression while also offering a lot of different choices in how you can progress through the end game.
Oh, did he get a thing?
Gathering items and going after
I guess he got a
specific
thing.
accessories or upgrading, getting your first, main hand weapon is rather easy
got a rare drop?
for a mid-game player. There's a lot of easily obtainable items that you can go after that will progress your character, as well as the journal, which is their horizontal system that will give you a bunch of free stats, and that will allow you to enter in dungeons and things like that, or better farm
Holy
spots.
fuck.
Beyond that, though, the game has a very steep vertical progression for players that are playing the game, have been playing the game for a long time, with a lot of chase items.
Oh
and
my
that's where
God.
you'll see a lot of people farming for hours and hours and hours to get like an item that exists in the game that literally nobody has.
What
Right?
the
I can go to Fallen God, and this is a very rare chest.
Fallen God's armor. 1.6 trillion? That's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot.
Piece that exists in the game, at least at the later ranks of it. And some of these items are so rare that like 3 people in the world have X item.
What
Despite
the
having
fuck?
that vertical progression, though, the ceiling to this game increases very slow compared to your standard MMORPG, meaning that a lot of people in this game will either just stop playing at some point,
Yeah.
or they can take a break, come back after almost a year, and be almost as geared as when they left off. So what is your
That's
end game
cool.
activities going to look like in Black Desert Online? Well, life skilling is a very big part of the game that many people partake in. Farming for those chase items, running in circles and grinding mobs in different areas of the world. PvP is also a big aspect for a lot of people. I've also seen a lot of people try to just engage with the boss shrine system and try to improve their ranking every week and seeing how they can place within that system. And there's also a large majority of people that just kind of hang out in towns and chill, just casual players.
Can you get like your own house in this game where like people can go to your house? You can? Oh, that's fucking cool. With maids? Holy shit.
Partake in things here and there. For them, they don't have the biggest desire to continue to progress their character. They're fine having a solid set of gear. They can still partake in activities, but they don't have any interest in farming for chase items. And so
Yeah.
that's why you see some of those long-term players grinding for hours and hours, going for various status items that might give you some extra DP or AP, but it really separates yourself from other people on the server. One of the items that I really want to go for on my account is a Pen Black Star Greatsword, because it's just something that it has a very cool glow, and that's like one of the the achievements I guess I want to get on my account. Outside
So
of
it's like in fucking that one game, Lost Ark. Like it's a different type of shiny.
that, I don't really care about getting min-maxing my character to the fucking gills, if that makes any sense. Now let's quickly talk about the cash shop
Plus
in Black
25,
Desert
yeah.
Online. Traditionally, Black Desert Online was seen, or has been seen, as an extremely pay-to-win game. There are people out there that will tell you Black Desert Online is not a pay-to-win game. I don't think that's being truthful. There are definitely some purchases that you can make in this cash shop. In fact, a lot of purchases that you can make in the cash shop that will benefit your character, like storage space, weight, inventory space, fairies, maids, all of those things you can buy in the cash shop. Now
I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna figure this shit out myself. That way I really know what it is and what it doesn't is.
gripe in the past is that you weren't able to obtain these items without actually spending real life money. Nowadays, a lot of those things you get by just playing the game. The game gives you a lot of those things. As far as straight up swiping for power in this game, a lot of people will say that it's not really existent. People don't do it. You can do it. You can buy 35 skins a week if you're able to, and then post them on the marketplace at a capped or regulated price, but it's very expensive and terrible value. And so I'll give you an example of what people are they're talking about. If you wanted to buy the weapon that I mentioned earlier, the weapon that I want to get, the Pen Black Star Greatsword, that would take you 5 weeks of buying 35 skins a week in order to buy this weapon that costs 150 bill.
Oh, that's pretty
If you want
good.
to take it a step further and you wanted to buy a full set of gear equivalent to that, because that's only one item, my friend Divios and I put the math
only
together.
5
He's
weeks?
super juiced out. It would take you 76 weeks of straight up swiping, which is kind of crazy to actually think about. But to act like you can't buy things in the cash shop like a tent, a ferry, artisan memory, things that will benefit your character.
So you can buy things and sell them for gold and then buy gear that makes you do more damage with the gold, with the silver. Okay, so it's not pay to win. You can just pay money and make your character stronger. I see. Yeah, guys, it's not pay to win at all.
Via the cash shop is not being truthful. You definitely can. It's just not as bad as it used to be in the past. The last thing I wanted to talk about in this game is kind of the community and the GMs of the game. I have not played a game, I mean, probably since MapleStory in 2004, where the GMs are so involved in the game. I mean, they're all over Twitch.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
I've had no bad experiences with anybody in the community of Black Desert. It's been positive 100%.
The game, they will randomly spawn next to you and challenge you to a card game. They're always interacting with players in the chat. It's actually crazy.
Oh, what the fuck? I didn't even know this was a GM. What the fuck? Can you do this in the game? I had no idea. I thought it was just like just a random guy.
Overall, you guys, I don't think Black Desert Online is going to be an MMORPG for everyone. If you're someone that specifically likes just doing raids, you have some of that with the dungeon content, but it's not going to compare to like World of Warcraft.
Yeah, of
If you're
course.
someone that doesn't like long-term progression, this game may also not be for you. Also, if you're sensitive to monetization, this game may also not be for you. But if you're someone that likes an open world MMO
sensitive to monetization, I like that. That's such a good term.
RPG that has that classic feel to it, if you're someone that likes long-term progression, a lot of depth with classes, you might have an absolute blast playing this game, because there is so much in this game that if I went through all of the systems and things that you actually can do in Black Desert, it would be a 1-hour video. Now, there are a lot of people that I have learned from in the past couple of weeks, and if you are interested in checking out the game, I'm going to have a bunch of links to different creators that have a lot of useful info for new players linked in the description of this video. And if there's anyone that I did miss that I should have mentioned, please let me know in the comments and I will link them in a pinned comment. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I will see you all in the next one.
Dude, I can't wait for Throne and Liberty to come out. Those streams are going to be fucking legendary. God, I can't wait for that. It's going to be amazing. Let me link you guys the video. I think this is pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to play the game. I'm going to see what it's like. As I say with every game that I get into, I try my best to give it an honest try, to approach it fairly. I even approached Diablo Immortal fairly, so I think I will do the same thing with this one. Video community is toxic. They just can't say this stuff in game because they'll get banned, but in Discords they use every slur in the book, and they're overall degens. So you're telling me that there's an online community for a video game, and that there are individuals in that online community that use racial slurs? Wait, hold up. Wait, and they play this game too? Oh my fucking god. Do people know about this? God damn. Who gives a fuck? Just fucking put them on ignore. Don't join the chat. You saw what happened to Stoopzz? I did, yeah. Fuck. Yeah, give him a like. Like, this dude got fucked up, apparently in Mexico. Like, hurt his hip or something like that. It's awful. Yeah, I'll link you guys the video. There it is. Jesus. I will play Black Desert again probably this week. I think tomorrow, probably next couple of days, I'll play more Diablo. And after that, finish up Final Fantasy 16 and maybe play some Black Desert right after or pretty much at the same time as that. That's what my plan is. Read some of the comments. One of the key things. Yeah, if Stoopzz had any fucking balls, he would have put Black Desert Online. Finally, an MMO that respects your time. Oh god, you had fun down in Black Desert. Hope everyone enjoys the time. That's very nice. Things you miss out is how active the development is. There are weekly updates. Holy shit. Let me see how many people are playing it now. Tower Fantasy. There's dozens of people playing that one. I wonder if the drama for Tower Fantasy made the games go up. No. No, not really. It's pretty much the same. Yeah, not really. Okay, so let's see where we're at. I mean, I think that's pretty good. I mean, like, fuck. Player count, I mean, like, this is the highest peak they've had since, like, what? A while. Like 2021 or something like that? Steam is just one platform? Oh yeah, I know that. I know that a lot of people play it off the launcher. I used to play it off the launcher whenever it came out. BDO is stable now? Yeah, it's not like Lost Ark where it's like... just going down more over time.